It's a short story. It's going to be called Rosie the Arctic Fox. Let's begin. When I wake up, the sheet of ice is cold. Mother and father and sister are still sleeping, so I creep outside. It's cold and the frost bites my fur, tearing away the warmth that's still left inside of my body. I run up. I run up to my cliff where I usually sit and look at the sky. It's red. I do not like when the sky is red. It reminds me too much of blood and how my brother died of hunters and animals that wanted to capture him. I turn my head quickly as I make my way down the slope into the hunting grounds. Well, that's what we call them. Here we have limits to where we hunt. Right now, we are in the safe point. A couple 100 miles away from here is the not safe point. It's where the animals of Mount Shavir lurk. It's a horrible place, and that's where my brother was hunting when he got killed. I see a pigeon. It has its wings sprouted out like a fan, protecting itself from the cold. A pigeon? I've learned about those before, but what are they doing? I kill it quickly. It doesn't have much meat on it. But that doesn't matter. I still have to feed my family. I drag the pigeon toward the cave, my heart hammering in my chest. When I think about my brother's death just a week ago, I think about sorrow and pain. My brother was a very respected Arctic fox. He hunted so well that the leader gave him an award to be his deputy. I was thrilled for him. My brother, Hunter, always loved to hunt. That's how he got his name. He named me Rosie because I look like a white, fresh rose that's been cut. Of course, I've never seen a rose because I live in the Arctic. When my brother died, we saw an image of the killer. It was a wolf with a black sword. The sword was stained with blood, and my brother's eyes were rolled up in his head. I screamed, and mother and father came quickly. The screaming is a howl for me. We grieved over our brother and chased away the attacker. There were 5 of them, and they had all innocent Arctic wolves and Arctic foxes with them. One had a dead deer slung over his shoulder. I ran away at that point back to our cave. I heard fire, then it stopped. Mother had a bad wound, but the medicine fox tended to her. I cannot think of my brother's death anymore, for blood was seeping out of his room every time he tried to breathe. I can tell that he couldn't speak, but his eyes told me to run, to flee to safety. Now my brother wasn't the smartest of the Arctic foxes, but he was respected in all different ways. I love him so much, and I'll never forget that horrible night.